In this video, I'm going to talk about the random block option in Blackboard tests. This is what the video will cover. First, I'm going to talk about what a random block is and what it can do and how you can create your own random block in a Blackboard test. And then after that, I'll go ahead and switch over to the desktop to demonstrate the process. So let's go ahead and get started. So a random block is a feature in Blackboard tests which randomizes a section or a block of questions. This is so that each student can get a different version of the test. So random blocks make use of question pools. So in order for this to work, you need to already have question pools created in your course. As a quick review, question pools are a collection of test questions which are created in Blackboard. If you're new to pools or you want to learn how to create your own, I recommend watching the previous video covering question pools. Here's a small visual example of how a random block can be used in a test. Let's say I want to create a 9-question test consisting of chapters 1 through 3 in a course, and I want the students in my class to get 3 random questions from each chapter. So on the left, I have 3 question pools. One for chapter 1, one for chapter 2, and the other for chapter 3. And as you can see, each question pool has 10 questions. So what happens is that you create a test with a random block, and then you add the pools for chapters 1 through 3 within the random block. Next, you want to tell the test to display 3 random questions from each of these pools. So out of the 10 questions in chapter 1, it's going to pool 3 questions at random, and then it's going to do the same for chapters 2 and 3. So when the student takes the test, this is what's going to be displayed. The beginning of the test will display random questions from chapter 1, and then it will move on to display questions from chapter 2, and then the test will end by displaying random questions from chapter 3. So, if you want to create a random pool, this is the process. First, you want to verify that your question pool or pools are created in your Blackboard course. Then you want to create a new test, or you want to edit a test that's already in the course. And once that test is created or opened, you want to add a random block. Next, you want to add a pool to that random block. And lastly, you want to specify the number of questions to display from that pool. I'll go ahead and switch over to the desktop to demonstrate how all of this is done. Alright, so here I am. I've already logged into Blackboard. I'm on the test page. How I got there was I went to the course menu on the left and I clicked on Control Panel. Then I went to Course Tools and then I clicked on Test, Surveys, and Pools. So what I want to do is I want to add a random block, or in this case I'm going to add 2 random blocks to this test right here. So in order to do that, I'm going to go ahead and click on this chevron icon. I'm going to click on Edit. And as you can see, I already have 2 questions in there. I'm going to go ahead and scroll down to display the 2 questions. Now I want my random block to appear right below question number 2. So in order to do that, what I'm going to do is click on Reuse Question, and I'm going to go ahead and click on Create Random Block. Now we're going to get this pop-up here, and let's say I'm going to go ahead and add this subtraction question pool. It only consists of a couple of simple subtraction questions. So right now nothing's displaying. In order to get them to display right now, I'm just going to click on all pool questions. They're all multiple choice. As you can see, there's only about 4 questions. This is just for test purposes only. As you can see, this is a little different than if you are creating a question pool. In a question pool, you were able to pull, let's say, 1 or 2 questions from here. When you're creating a random block, it wants the whole thing. It wants the whole pool. So we're going to go ahead and add that subtraction question pool. And let me go ahead and scroll down. And as you can see, question number 3 is the random block. So let me go ahead and add a second one. Go ahead and scroll up, and again, we just need to go to Reuse Question, click on Random Block. Let's say I want to add a pool of multiplication questions. Let me go ahead and click on this as well. And then I'm going to go ahead and click on Submit. Then I will go ahead and scroll down. And as you can see, we have a second block. That's number 4 here. Now I can do the same thing here. I can click and hold just to reorder these if I want to. If let's say I wanted to delete this random block, I can go ahead and check this off and then click on delete. Now, just keep in mind you're only deleting the link to this question. You're not actually deleting anything. You're not deleting all of these questions permanently. You're just deleting the pointer to the tests, which are sitting in the actual pool in your course. That's what this little link icon is displaying. So the other thing you can do is you can click on this here, and then you can go ahead and scroll down, and you can see what kind of tests are inside of that pool. Let me go ahead and click on that to close that preview. Now, I just want to bring your attention to this section here where it says number of questions to display. So right now what Blackboard wants to do, or what it's programmed to do, is that once it hits question number 4, it's going to look at it and say, okay, out of these 4 questions, I'm going to pick one of these at random. Let's say, in this case, I want to select 2 of them. So I'll go ahead and click on this and press 2, click on submit. Now let me go ahead and do this one more time. Let's say I want to do to random block, this random block right here. In order to do that, all I need to do is just click on this here. Let's say I wanted to display 2, press 2, click on submit, and there we go. So out of these 4 questions, it's going to go ahead and pull 2 questions at random. One other thing I wanted to add about random blocks is the points. So in this example, I have it set to display 2 questions. There's no option to set one question to be worth more or less than the other. If I go over here and click on this preview button, you're going to see there aren't any options to adjust the amount of points. So basically every question in here is going to be worth 10 points. Now if I wanted to adjust this random block to be worth a different set of points, all you have to do is just click on this points per question. Let's say I want to make it worth 15 points instead of 10. I'll go ahead and just add in the 5, click on submit, and then it's going to go ahead and do the math for you already. So this one's set to display only 2 questions at 15 points a pop. It's going to be 30, and as you can see, it's already highlighted there. At this point, this is how you use random blocks in tests. So since this test, we can say it's ready, I'll go ahead and click on OK. And now at this point, it's ready to be deployed. So I hope this was helpful. If you have any other questions, feel free to contact us. We can be reached at www.csudh.edu/academic-technology. Another way you can also reach us, if you're in your Blackboard course, you can go ahead and click on the Help button on the top menu. Thanks for watching.